casualties in Gaza is very serious. The U.S. military academy, following the Israeli military campaign, prohibited from striking civilian targets.
Death toll in Gaza now reaches tens of thousands, yet it is regarded as mere collateral damage by the U.S. How do you perceive this human loss?
Well, I think the question of casualties in Gaza is very serious. How many of them were Hamas or Hamas-affiliated people? We don't know. The statistics we get come from Hamas itself. The statistics we get come from Hamas itself, which is hardly a reliable source here. We've had experts from the U.S. military academy at West Point studying following the Israeli military campaign, and they report that Israel's conduct has been equivalent to, or perhaps even better, than the U.S. conduct of urban conflict in Iraq.
But even the Biden administration has limited the shipment of some missiles and weapons to Israel.
I think the Trump administration has resumed those weapon shipments. And look, the Hamas plan for war is to use the people of Gaza as human shields. Not only does Hamas commit terrorism against the Israelis, it commits terrorism against its own people. This is a group.
So is it an acceptable collateral damage?
Well, here are the laws of war. A military
is followed by Israel?
Absolutely prohibited from striking civilian targets. I'm giving you the laws of war. They may or may not be pleasant, but everybody who fights in urban combat, and urban combat is permissible, has to follow them.
Do you think, based on your assessment, the death toll of civilians could be less? And did Israel did its best to protect civilians in the war that it says against Hamas only, not Gazans?
Right. Well, as I say, the statistics that Hamas itself puts out, I think, are unrealistic. I do think the civilian death toll is much less than Hamas claims. If people have specific evidence of Israel violating the laws of war, then that should be considered. But what we have from Hamas is propaganda and not evidence.